Okay, let's talk a little bit about the concept of a need or a want in entrepreneurship. Well, in general, the entrepreneur is looking for a need, a want, a desire of the customer. Sometimes it's framed in terms of the hurt or pain that you're trying to solve for the customer, client, or end user. In that way, if you can identify that hurt, pain, want, whatever, if you can alleviate that, fulfill it, or figure out a way to make it less burdensome to the customer, client, or end user, then you have created a value proposition. Creating a business to deliver that value proposition is the essence of entrepreneurship. An idea or concept with a strong enough value proposition towards the customer or client is going to have a high level of priority. It's going to be wanted or needed by that end user, and therefore you will be able to charge money or transmit the desired amount of value that you're pursuing in the entrepreneurial venture. So, with that being said, in determining whether a hurt, need, or want exists, generally that is the focus of market research, to determine either what is the new want of the individual or what is the hurt or pain. I often ask my entrepreneurship students, is it better to fulfill a want of a potential end user or customer, or is it better to fulfill a need? Well, here's the issue. Generally, needs have already been fulfilled. We're here, we're all living, sustained, and relatively happy. Our needs have been met to a certain extent. Now, if you think back on the academic literature of individuals' needs, and you think of Maslow's hierarchy, that at the bottom we all need food, shelter, water, etc., and at the very top we want self-actualization. We want to either some sense of fulfillment, that we've done something good for the world, that we're respected by others, etc. These higher level needs, these are the things that generally convert to wants rather than needs. That idea that we want to express ourselves more fully, that we want to stay in contact with others more readily. These are the ideas behind social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook. These are wants of individuals to more readily express themselves or to stay in contact with others. Versus needs, you can think of milk. We all need something to drink. Milk is one of these products that nourishes us. So nourishment has been met for a long time. There are lots of suppliers in that game in the market, and that pushes prices down, and it makes the market more competitive. When you have a low margin, more competitors, it's very difficult to break into that market and be successful. Where on the other end, wants generally come about every day. Sometimes we don't even realize we have a want until we see something that fulfills it or gives rise to that want within us. Think about the iPhone. Did we know we wanted something that has all of that functionality in the palm of our hands? Think about the evolution of apps for the iPhone. Did we realize that it was such a value proposition to us to be able to, just with the push of a button on our smart screen, to be able to access whatever content is behind the app? So, when you are looking at an idea, a concept, to determine if it's an opportunity, you're going to examine whether it is a need or it is a want, because that affects the level of competition and the priority of the individuals in needing or wanting that. Well, here's the downside to a want above a need. A want, you generally have to create awareness through marketing. Now, that generally takes a lot of time, effort, and work. There are exceptions. I'll give you an example. Sarah Blakely's company, Spanx, was able to spread without a great deal of marketing effort, where other companies have to spend massive amounts of time, energy, and money on marketing to make the end user aware of their product so it will continue sales or sales growth. So in that way, generally, once you have to introduce to the public, you have to make them aware of it, and you have to demonstrate the value proposition, where needs far less so. So while it's not always more beneficial to satisfy or fulfill a need versus a want, or vice versa, both have resounding qualities that you're trying to look for. And in any situation, you're trying to employ a strategy that creates a value proposition for the end user that in some way either differentiates itself or competes in a niche market among the other needs and wants. So start with asking yourself these questions. Is my product, idea, or service, is it a need or is it a want? What is the level of priority for that need or want? Why do people want it? What will be the hurdles that I have to overcome to make people aware of it, or what will be the hurdles that I have to overcome to enter into this market? Why is it different from the goods, products, services, etc. that already somehow satisfy this need or want? How is it differentiated? These are the questions that you're going to explore about the need or want that you're resolving or fulfilling for the customer. And if you can effectively do that in light of all of the circumstances that surround that need or want, then you can build an effective business venture.